Hey folks, welcome to Not Work Tabletop. Just a quick one, we're sort of catching up on a few things here, and obviously over the last week, or week and a day as it is, because it's a Saturday when I'm doing this, Saturday the 4th, we've had the announcement of the new stuff coming for the Old World. Old World, new things, all reimagined things from Games Workshop. Warhammer Old World, it's a game I really enjoy, it's a game I play an awful lot of if I can. I got into Games Workshop with Warhammer Fantasy, and this was lovely to see. I didn't get to sit and watch the preview, I was otherwise occupied, and I know some people have looked at this, but I thought I would just have another look at what's going on, because we've got this new Old World core set, which is a nice harken back to the days of the old fantasy starter boxes, the original core boxes they did, and some of the starter boxes obviously Games Workshop still produces for the other game lines, but we didn't see that for Old World. We got the Bretonnian army in the box with the book, we got the Tomb King's army in the box with the book, but what we've got here is we have two smaller armies from Cathay and Chaos. And even though Cathay is normally quite out the way, most of the Cathayan story is the fact that they fight Chaos and some of the Chaos tribes. And we've got some lovely Chaos warriors, a couple of Chaos characters, some Chaos knights, we've got the Cathayan artillery, some Chaos lancers, some Cathayan lancers, and some of the Cathayan infantry as well, and again the two Cathay characters. Which is great. I think this box looks fantastic. The fact that they're doing an updated reprint of the rulebook, but it's not a new edition. It's just the rulebook with the errata included. I think is a very good thing. So that means you can just pick it up and you can play it straight away. If you've been around a while, then hopefully you know about the erratas and the things. And they are making a mention. This is an upgraded book or an updated book. So hopefully people new coming into the Old World will realise that, that's what it is if they've come in with a different book, which I think is quite good, because there were some fairly sweeping changes that they made to some of the rules or the rules interpretations over the last sort of year and a bit, and I think this is a nice mix. This gives you a solid core to play with for both armies. I'm not really au fait with Cathay, but for Chaos, 16 Chaos Warriors, 4 Chaos Knights, and a couple of characters. That is what so many Chaos armies looked like out of the gate back in the day. It's what a lot of them look now. Mine looked very similar. This is just more Chaos Warriors. We'll have some pictures of some of my stuff up and about. But this looks like a great offering. And we have the Champions of Chaos, and I'm going to look at these on maybe the other page as well. We have the Almanac page about them. Look at this wonderful little shot here. Some very old school style Games Workshop photography there from back in the day. They're chatting to the guys that wrote this, the guys that worked on this, or at least the face of that. And I think there's some great looking Chaos models. This is obviously a classic pose of Chaos Lord, very similar to I think the metal one or the resin one that they have. But I think that's a lovely model. That's a great model. This axe, and this is one of the things that's nice. A lot of the stuff you get now very ostentatious from Games Workshop, but while this armour is fairly intricate, it's very similar to some of the stuff we've already seen. It's just a little bit more refined. You've got the chains, you've got the skulls, you've got the horse underneath, you've got the chainmail here. It's got the same kind of curly horns. This guy, it's not too much detail. He's got something there like a battle skirt or a part of a robe coming out from under his armour, or something's there, and you've got the armoured leg, which is just an armoured leg. It's got some edging to it, but it's just armour. This axe, I mean, it's painted beautifully. I'd love to know who did the paint job on this one, because it looks a phenomenal paint job on this model. But this axe is such a nice axe, because look at it. It's simple. It's got some little details. It's got that. It's simple. You got the tail out the back here. There's nothing extra going on. He's carrying a head. He's got the horns with the spiky bits. You have got the cross belt there, which is holding up the shield. But there's not too much. There's enough there to draw you in, but it's not massively overburdened with all manner of extra trinkets and things on the model that make it quite difficult to sort of just settle in and have fun painting them, especially if you're like me and you're doing this as like 1980s inspired. I'm going to put a short up featuring some of my Chaos models. I've painted some of them. I think they're quite nice. I need to get some basing and other things done. A lot of half-finished projects. But then this banner bearer. I haven't seen a good Chaos banner bearer model for a while. I've been trying to sort one. I've been trying to source one through various other parties, looking for old models. I've tried to custom make one. I grabbed a couple of things from a couple of places, like a bit different the ranges, and still never had anything that was quite right. I've got the banner bearers and the units, but one is like an army standard, because of course that is a character. It's a major character in the Chaos Army. The army standard. It's a hero of Chaos. I mean, in all of them, it's a captain in Empire and so on and so forth. It's an elf lord. And you need something that's just that bit more special, I think, for the army standard, the BSB. And this does it for me. I know there's a lot of people going, I really like the old ones as well. I like the old Chaos models, and they were so simple to make, so you want to make lots of them. Really, really easy to add together. But this is gorgeous. This alone is incredible. These two guys here, I think these are amazing. If I say these Chaos models are insane, they are. These are absolutely beautiful. You can look at some of the old art. I was at a Lord of the Rings thing today with some of the inspirational art from Lord of the Rings from various artists. You know, you've got John Howe, you've got Ted Nasmith, there's Alan Lee, and there were some other artists as well that I know. I don't think they ever did anything with Games Workshop, but there was a lot of inspiration. You can look at some of these pieces of artwork which were done sort of in the 70s, especially in the 80s, and you can see where a lot of the Warhammer stuff came from. There's even people you look at and go, I mean, we've just lost John Blanche, sadly, but you can look at John Blanche's work and look at some of these other works from older artists that were there before, and you can even see where, probably, I don't want to say for definite, I don't know, but some of the inspirations were taken. And I'll tell you something, these models hold a pose and a character that is so Warhammer Fantasy Chaos. It's all there. I love these. I absolutely love these. I think we've got some better pictures of them over here. So these knights are great as well. I mean, these are just, oh yeah, there they are with a little bit of background on them as well. But it's just something about them that absolutely screams Chaos. There's a Chaos Dragon there. We want to talk about that in a minute. These guys are great. And then you've got these Chaos Knights. Oh, Adobe's popped up. You've got these Chaos Knights, which I've just been looking at, and I can't remember, there we are, things are there. And these as well, these are absolutely beautiful Chaos Knights. They are so close to the old, so close to the stuff that came out for Sigmar, because the Sigmar stuff was good. In fact, I think I can see some of the sculpting suggestions coming through, yet there's something just about these guys that, again, it feels like the old artwork that we used to see for Chaos, like the old Realms of Chaos books and the other things you used to see. You look at some of the stuff in there, and you look at some of the stuff here. I wish I had it on hand to insert images into the video. I might go and see if I can find something. If anything flashes up on the screen while I'm doing this, fantastic. When I put this to edit. But these Chaos Knights, again, are absolutely impeccable. I think these are fantastic models. I like the old ones. I love my old ones as well. But the nice thing is I think you could mix and match very easily the variety of the models that there are. I think you could absolutely get away with that, and I think you come up with something really good. You could have a fantastic looking mix of chaos guys between everything. I think you could have absolutely fantastic time playing around with mixing and matching the models. And then we've got these Chaos Warriors, and these are the ones that I think a lot of people have gone, oh, we're not as sure. We're not as sure. I mean, these horns, these are great profiles. I mean, the profiles are already there on the older models. The profiles are already there. There's something slightly different about these ones. I think it's because of the posing you get in this. This is obviously a new set of posing. The other guys are very monostatic. I could see these working actually very, very well as Chosen. If you want to do a unit of Chosen, I've been using some of the Age of Sigmar Chaos Warriors with like great weapons as Chosen for a couple of Chosen. I think these guys, these models here, would absolutely nail it as Chosen models. I think that's what I'll be using those for. I've got lots of Chaos Warriors in various flavours and various sources. I've got one unit of them for each Chaos God, plus some extras. So I've got my Nurgle guys, I've got my Tzeentch guys, but these I think might have to show up as some chosen or something, because these are beautiful, and I really like the coloration on them as well, the metal, because obviously black is the new traditional Chaos armor. It used to be other colours, you know, so you had very sort of things. My Khorne Chaos Warriors are all in red, and so on and so forth. But these guys have got very nice look to them. I think they all just are shields and things. There's Chaos Warriors, charging with Chaos Warriors. Do we learn anything about what they've got? I think if they did anything else, obviously they're designed to match the Marauders as well, the Marauders release. I like the new Marauders, don't get me wrong, but I think there's something about the new Marauders that they're too close to Chaos Warriors. The evolution's too close. See, listen, look at these guys. Look at those, they are fantastic. And then, of course, we have this. And this is literally epic. This is incredible. Chaos Dragon. I mean, it's a two-headed Chaos Dragon. Fairly easy to use as Glarum, whatever his name is. The special character one, I think you can get away with that. And no one's going to argue, because that is an incredible piece of work. That is absolutely on point. That's the two-headed Chaos Dragon. We haven't had one for a long time. Do apologise for the door going bang in the background. I'm trying to do this while it's still fairly warm and there's an airflow through the room. But also trying to block out the exterior sound. And again, we've got the Chaos Lord up here and the Chaos Sword. I mean, obviously this is hand done on the book. But this modelling here, there's extra bits. But it's not crazy extra bits. If you're not a painter who wants to get really into the nitty-gritty, this is still, I imagine, fairly simple to paint. I mean, I like painting things. I have different methods of painting stuff, and some of my stuff looks really good. And I'm looking at my house at the moment going, yeah, they look alright when they're ranked up, and they're nothing special. They're not amazing. And my Chaos sort of falls somewhere between the two, but this to me is absolutely beautiful. Obviously, we've got the new book coming in, and we have the two new boxes as well, which are the separate things, and it's literally just the models from the start box. Well, it's not quite, because you don't get the command elements. You gain a sorcerer for the chaos, but you don't get these two guys. I'm not sure what the Cathay swap is. Oh, you get a character on a fly mount, and you seem to get some other bits which are different there as well, instead of the artillery. I think you get some like gunners or something. But still, these look like they're relatively good boxes as well. Arcane Journal March of Chaos. So it's another Chaos Arcane Journal, but it's again new Marauders, Warriors, Knights, and other things. I think that's exciting. The Chaos releases are always something slightly special for Warhammer Fantasy Battles. I remember when Warriors of Chaos first became out as Warriors of Chaos, when it wasn't just Chaos amalgamated as one thing with Beastmen and Trolls and everything else in there, and it was a box set. Everything else was a book, and the Warriors of Chaos was a book with a box, and that was so cool at the time. I was playing 40k Chaos at the time, and I couldn't really afford it as a kid to go and do both, but I thought that was so cool. I am fascinated to see what's actually in it, but custom champions of Chaos and Brayherd Chieftains, because obviously, you know, Beastmen as well. So this is for both. This feels very much like it's going to be a slimmed down version, but it's going to be very. I should have read it. Look at this. It says new army of infamy where you can combine Warriors of Chaos with the Beastmen, Brayherds, and rules for your wizards to manipulate the winds of magic in new ways. So this is very much, that's such an old school Chaos thing where Chaos was the thing, all as one. Looking forward to this greatly. I mean, we've got some nice individual shots here of the knights, and they're chunky and clunky. My only thing is this huge fascination with the Chaos coming out of the northern wastes, and what we haven't seen and what we're not seeing a lot of is the fallen knights of Britannia, or your fallen Empire soldiers who go and become Chaos Warriors, and the things that live in the woods. I mean, there's the Beastmen there, but the cults and the things that live in the woods that draw warriors and things to them. I'd like to see a little bit more of that put back in into the lore around this as well. But it's not the end of the world. It's far from it. Look at that dragon. Look at that dragon. I'll tell you something. The heavy metal team really went to town on this. You can tell they've enjoyed painting these models. You can tell there's been genuine enjoyment in these models. There we go. That's absolutely fantastic stuff, though. I want to know, what do you think of the new Chaos Warriors? What do you think of the new boxes? The Cathay, you mentioned to talk about the Cathay stuff. Obviously, the Cathay isn't new, but you know it's still here. It's now being shifted as a focus as one of the focus factions, where it used to be the Empire that was typically central to the Chaos stuff, and everybody else was doing everything. But obviously, a lot of the books, most of the books of the time, focused on the Empire and the cities of the Empire and Chaos corruption, and not a lot else. To be fair, a lot of the story has been Empire versus Chaos. There are a few other bits, but a lot of it's been Empire versus Chaos, and the story that you get in the books, like the Gotrek and Felix books, the Genevieve books, and all the Genevieve adjacent books, and obviously a lot of the older things like Plague Demon and Beast and Velvet. Well, Beast and Velvet is technically a Genevieve book. Conrad, although that was Skaven as well. I mean, Gotrek and Felix is also a lot of Skaven. But you get a chunk of Chaos out there. But yeah, let me know what you think. Do you like them? Don't you like them? If so, why? What do you prefer? Are you looking forward to them? I am. I mean, I don't need them, but I think I'm about to get a unit of Chosen at the very least in my Chaos army and fit them in the box somewhere along with everything else, and I'm pretty sure these command elements are going to show up and that dragon is going to be gotten. Yeah, I'm going to do a short involving some of my Chaos stuff so you can have a look at that as well. Thanks for stopping by. As I say, only a short one, 15 minutes or so. But, yeah, here we go. Good Chaos stuff coming out. And remember, folks, enjoy yourselves, be safe, be excellent to each other. And it's not work, it's tabletop. Goodbye.